Let's do this.
Star Trek time.
So this thing starts and we see a bottle, and it's just kind of spinning.
And spinning.
And spinning.
This is kind of taking a while.
Finally, it hits the Enterprise.
Inside, we see Kirk, the Scottish dude, and the Russian dude checking out the new ship.
They meet Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, the Asian dude's daughter, and some other people who we will never see again.
The new captain takes the Enterprise out for a spin.
It goes well and everything's looking good until, well, you know.
We're picking up a distress call, Captain.
The Enterprise. The only ship in the quadrant.
So they go to help and discover two ships caught in a space ribbon.
It looks all fancy, but unfortunately, it's also highly destructive.
The new captain panics because most of the ship's equipment and crew actually hasn't arrived yet.
Doesn't arrive till Tuesday.
Wait, why would they send the flagship of Starfleet out into space unfinished when they could have just waited till Tuesday and had the thing completely operational?
Lazy writing?
So anyway, they figure out a way to stop the space ribbon and save the ship. And it's all goo. Whoa.
Bridge to Captain Kirk.
My God! Was anyone in here?
Aye.
Or, or not.
But before we can see any of the consequences, we jump 78 years into the future.
Wait, they're not going to address that on the maiden voyage of this ship, the most decorated dude in Starfleet just died.
Technically, he's just missing in action.
Does that really make it better?
It's debatable.
So we see a group of dudes on the new Enterprise. And it's a boat, for some reason. That seems like kind of a downgrade.
It's because boats are awesome.
There's a bearded dude, a redhead chick, a robo dude, a ridge-headed dude, a black dude, an empathic chick, and Professor Xavier.
His name's actually Picard.
Oh, well, they're all gathered on the deck in what appears to be a tribunal against the ridge-headed dude.
Dude, what is it with you and big words today?
I bought a dictionary.
Oh. Anyway, it turns out that this is actually a party on the holodeck to celebrate the ridge-headed dude's promotion.
Everyone seems to be having fun and enjoying the party, but then Picard gets some bad news.
And then they get a distress signal. It says that some station has been attacked and needs immediate help.
So they go to investigate.
By the time they get there, the place has already been attacked.
Everyone seems to be dead except for Malcolm McDowell.
They try to figure out what happened and find some dead Romulans.
But when they ask McDowell, he claims not to know anything and that he must return to his research.
Meanwhile, the Robo-Dude decides that now, in the middle of an unknown and potentially cataclysmic situation, is the perfect time to finally install an emotions chip.
And he somehow manages to convince the black dude to install it.
And then immediately goes about demonstrating why it was a terrible idea.
I hate this. It is revolting.
More?
Please.
And of course, eventually the chip causes the Robo-Dude to overload.
This, of course, happens right as McDowell decides to reveal that he is the bad guy.
With the Robo-Dude mostly disabled, McDowell is able to sucker punch the black dude and take control of the station.
Meanwhile, Picard reveals to the empathic chick just what's making him so sad.
It turns out that his brother and nephew died tragically in a house fire a few days ago.
She tries to make him unsad.
But then the sun starts to implode.
They discover that McDowell has launched a sun-killing torpedo which has caused a massive shockwave.
Picard tries to get the Robo-Dude and the black dude off the station.
But McDowell manages to kidnap the black dude and escape aboard a ridge-headed dude ship.
Picard and friends try to figure out who McDowell really is and why he took the black dude.
Upon further research, they discover he's actually an alien from yet another species that looks exactly like humans.
Seriously, what is up with that?
They had a small effects budget in the original series.
But that doesn't explain the species from the later series.
Lazy writing?
That answer pops up way too much in these movies. Anyway, it turns out Whoopi Goldberg is also a member of that species, and she knows McDowell.
She tells Picard that McDowell doesn't actually care about using his new weapon to get power. He just wants to get back to the space ribbon.
Apparently, it's a doorway to space heaven. And when the Enterprise saved the ship from the beginning of the movie, they stopped him from reaching it.
Let me go back!
Picard and Robo-Dude use this new information to determine exactly where McDowell will strike next.
So off they go in an attempt to rescue the black dude and stop McDowell from making a star not there anymore.
When they get there, they demand that the ridge-headed dudes return the black dude and leave the sector.
They say McDowell's already at the surface, but they agree to give back the black dude if they get something in return.
So Picard volunteers to beam down to the planet as their prisoner.
The The black dude is beamed back on board, and after a quick checkup, is immediately allowed to walk the decks as if nothing happened.
Because it's not like the ridge-headed dudes would do anything devious, like plant a bug in his visor or anything like that.
But it turns out they did.
And with this information, the ridge-headed dudes are able to fire torpedoes through the Enterprise's shields.
It looks like all hope is lost, but the Robo-Dude is able to use the magic of Technobabble to get the enemies to drop their shield.
Which allows the Enterprise to fire a torpedo and instantly destroy the enemy ship.
The Enterprise is saved, but the attacks have caused too much damage for it to remain in orbit.
So they evacuate all the people into the UFO section and attempt to land on the planet's surface.
In a landing that makes you wonder why seatbelts aren't already mandatory on these things.
It seems that everyone is miraculously still alive.
Even that guy?
Yep.
Lame.
Meanwhile, down on a different part of the planet, Picard attempts to reason with Mcdowell and to convince him not to blow up the star.
He doesn't listen.
And he's put up a force field to keep Picard out.
Realizing that Mcdowell cannot be talked out of it, Picard finds a gap in the shielding and climbs through.
This leads to a fight between Picard and Mcdowell.
But despite Picard's best efforts, the missile goes off and blows up the sun anyway.
The space ribbon hits the planet, the sun explodes, and everybody dies. The end.
Wait, really?
Yep, not every mission is successful. Sometimes even the greatest heroes fail. And when they do, the consequences are catastrophic. This movie shows us that the hero doesn't always win. Good doesn't always triumph, and sometimes bad men go unpunished.
Dude, that's deep.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you. It turns out that Picard wakes up in space heaven.
Wait, what?
Yep. There, he meets Whoopi Goldberg again and figures out that the space rift exists outside of time and determines that the best course of action is to go back 10 minutes before the torpedo goes off and try again, but this time with the help of James T. Kirk.
Whoa. Wait. What?
What? Kirk got sucked in. It makes sense.
No, it doesn't! You're telling me he can go to any place in space and time.
Yeah.
Any point in history.
Uh-huh.
And he chooses to go back 10 minutes before shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
This is the dumbest decision I've ever seen in a Star Trek movie. He just had his family die less than a week ago, but instead of going back in time far enough to save them, he pops back 10 minutes. I mean, seriously, all he would have had to do is pop back in time a month, visit his brother, buy him a ticket to Disneyland, call somebody to make the house fireproof, then hop over to the space station, slap Mcdowell in the balls, and throw his ass in jail for making illegal weaponry!
Whoa, dude, calm down, man.
It's just so stupid!
Stupid! You're so stupid!
I know. Let's just get through it.
Fine. So after making the dumbest decision in the history of the universe, Kirk and Picard team up to fight Mcdowell.
This time, they're able to lock the missile in place and blow it and Mcdowell up together, thereby saving the entire solar system.
And it's all good. Well, except for Kirk.
Yeah, he's not doing too good.
With some unknown worlds saved and one more mission under his belt, Kirk dies painfully on an alien planet in the arms of some bald guy he met 15 minutes ago for a plan that didn't need to happen.
Truly a dignified way to go.
Picard meets up with the Enterprise and all the main crew, and the Robo-Dude even manages to find his cat.
And it's all good.
The end. I hate this movie.
Now, come on, man. It's not the worst movie they've ever made. I mean, it's pretty good until the end.
Just tell me the next one's better. Buy him a ticket to Disneyland!